just wanted say and spell first and last name, title.
Mike Wiza, Mikewiza. I could probably look between the two cameras.
Yep.
That'll work.
Okay.
One of you's got to stand there though, because otherwise it feels weird.
So, I guess what was decided with the three committee meetings tonight, each of the committee meetings passed the resolution
Right.
with regards to the city buying the Fox Theater, and now for it to become official, the city council just has to approve the emergency declaration.
They do not.
They don't?
So here's what it is. So the Fox on Main board and Create, their boards last week decided to turn the property over to the city for $1.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight, the Plan Commission voted affirmatively to accept that property for $1, and the Redevelopment Authority then also concurred. So that transaction will happen. The raising of the building or demolition of that back 2/3 still has the council approval for the emergency declaration, I believe. And that's only for the emergency declaration. The Redevelopment Authority will acquire the property now for that $1, provided those conditions are met, and then the city will be responsible for making the building safe.
Okay. Why was this the best course of action for everybody involved?
Quite frankly, because the other option was to tear down the whole building. And we certainly didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do that. If there's something that can be salvaged, that has a very historic looking front. It blends in very well with our current Main Street. The front third of the building is very likely safe and stable, and could be repurposed. So short of tearing the whole building down and leaving that gap tooth Main Street that someone had mentioned, it's important that we do the best to preserve the history if we can.
Okay. And there was talk by, I guess, one of the department heads that there's hope they have demolition started by early December.
Well, because public safety is the primary issue for that initial raise order, which expired back in October. I think it was issued in July. Public safety is still the #1 priority, because we're told by professionals that that roof will not likely survive another Wisconsin winter with the heavy snow. Time is of the essence at this point, and we are going to be getting heavy snow almost any day now.
Okay. Is there an estimate or a ballpark estimate of demolition costs? What that
We
cost
have a
would be?
ballpark, so we're putting it out for bid at this point, but we have a ballpark estimate of about $250,000. And that would involve tearing down and cleaning up the back 2/3 of the building, and then securing the front third for winter.
Okay.
And then with the public works vote, what does that change? Because I know that didn't have to do with the acquisition of the building.
It didn't. So because time is of the essence, we feel our director and our inspection superintendent both feel the strong sense of urgency that it is in danger of a potential imminent failure. So what this emergency declaration does is it cuts through a little bit of the red tape, allowing the director to choose the most applicable contractor to do the work. And by applicable, I mean qualified and experienced, as well as taking cost into a factor.
Okay, so when you mean red tape, does that kind of then basically mean that it can choose more based on the timing and less on the price?
It does allow that, but it's more important to make sure that the building is safe and secure. So hypothetically, if the emergency declaration wasn't approved, we would have to get all the bids. Whenever those are done, let's say hypothetically they are done in 1 week. Okay, that 1 week puts us past the council date. So now we either have to have a special council meeting, or we have to wait till the December meeting, which is already past the December deadline. What this emergency declaration does now is it allows the director and the inspection superintendent, along with any applicable staff or advisors that they need, to make the best decision in a very timely manner, because again, time is of the essence.
And then with time being of the essence, what happens next?
So we've already had people in there to evaluate the asbestos content, and asbestos removal will be starting as soon as possible. We expect that to take 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks on the outside, and by then we will have the demolition crews lined up and ready to roll. So as soon as that asbestos abatement is taken care of, the crews can come in there and make that building safe.